So in this presentation you will learn the concept of class, creating and accessing object, and along with that we will have one example. So concept map is here. Concept map consists of class and object. So class consists of data members, member function, access specifier, creating object and example. By using all this we will develop and implement small programs. Examples. Okay, now we will see class. Now what do you mean by class? So class is nothing but an important feature of C++. As in already unit 1, right, you have learned some basic concept about the class. Okay, for example, suppose class is a fruit, then what will be the class object? So class object can be mango, banana, right? Same we can take example. Suppose class is a student, okay, then at that time what will be the class objects? So class objects can be student name. So student name can be Paul, student name can be Peter, student name can be John. Okay, now what is the difference between your class and structure in C? So class is extension of the structure in C. Now in structure in C you have already learned about in structure you can store the heterogeneous data elements, right? Only data elements you can store in structure. But in class is a user defined data type as a structure, but in class we can have data members as well as member functions. Okay, now example, that is class student, okay, and object name is Paul and Peter. What are the data members will be there? Data members are nothing but the properties or attributes or characteristics from class student. So what characteristics can class student have? So class student can have name and as well as their grade. Okay, so in that, this is called as the data member, that is your normal variable declaration. In terms of C++, we can call as a data member. And about the member function, so member function are nothing but the functions that you will use to access this name and grade. Okay, so with the help of grade name we will take the value of your data members from the user, and with the help of print grade we will display the value to the user. Okay, so here are the two examples, class student and class Peter. So class student having name is Paul Lee and grade is 3.5. Class Peter having name is Peter Tan and grade is 3.9. And get name and print grade are the member functions for class student having object as a Paul and same class student having object as a Peter. Now next is how you will specify the class. As you already know that class is a way of binding data and functions associated with data together. So in class what we can have? We can have data and functions, and class is act as a template to store the data and functions. Okay, so entire set of data and functions can be made as a user defined type, because class is already user defined data type, and class act as a template which is used to create the object. So class contains data member and member functions. Okay, and member functions that operate on the data. For example, class student, so student having student data members can be student name, student roll number, then after that student percentage, and member function can be get data and show data, which will access the data. Okay, then next is generally class is specification has two part, class declaration and class definition. Now we will see syntax of class. So class syntax is class name, then access specifier, private and public, then private variable declaration, function declaration. In public also we have variable declaration and function declaration. Okay. Now class declaration. Declaration describes the type and scope of its member. Okay. Then class function definition describe how the class are implemented. So class declaration contains type and scope of its member, where we will declare the data members and member functions, and in class function definition we will implement those functions. So class body contains declaration of variables and functions. These variables and functions are called as the member of the class. The variable are called as the data member or member variables, and the functions are called as the member functions. So class declaration. So class is grouped into two parts, or we can say call that class is divided into two parts, private and public. Okay, now these private and public are called as the visibility labels in C++. Okay, as we already know that we have to maintain the data hiding part, right? So how we can achieve the data hiding part? Data hiding part is nothing but what, or data abstraction part is nothing but only whatever the important information and necessary information is there, that information we have to show to the user, and we have to hide the background details. So how we can achieve this hiding part, data hiding part? So for that we will require the private access specifier. Okay, now private access specifier. So what is in private access specifier? So whatever you will access, whatever you will write in private access specifier, that we cannot access outside the class. Okay, but we can access in public access specifier of the class. Okay, so what are the keywords for that? So keyword private. So private keyword is nothing but which states that yes, that you can access your data within a class, and public access specifier, you can access whatever you have declared and defined in public access specifier, that you can access from the outside of the class. Okay, by default if you have not mentioned anything, then whatever the data members and member functions you have declared for that class, that is declared, that is considered as a private. Okay, and only member function can access the private member of a class. Okay, so this is about the access specifier. So in C++, access specifier are called as the visibility mode. They are public, private and protected. Now in your unit outcome, in your second unit, you have only public and private. Protected you will be in unit 3. So what do you mean by public inheritance, public access specifier? So in public access specifier, whatever you have declared, okay, so that it can get access outside the class, and whatever you have declared in your private access specifier, that will get access only by public access specifier, which you have declared in your class. Okay, now next is accessing data members, now class members. Now how we will access the class member? So to access the class member, okay, so we have one simple equation or simple syntax we can use, that is object name, semicolon, function name and argument list. For example, suppose I have class student and having two object S1 and S2. Right now we have taken only S1 object, and S1 object will have show data member function. So how we can call? First object name S1, then dot, that is member access operator, and then function name, that is the show data. So this is one example of class. That is, now in this learning outcome we will only see that how to declare and define your class, how to write down only class. Now whatever about the member function, that we will see in later part or in next learning outcome. So class name is student. Okay, after that private access specifier, public access specifier, whatever you have declared in private access specifier, which will get access by only in whatever you have declared, or whatever member functions you will declare in public access specifier. So in private access specifier, your class is student, class name is student, then private, how to write down the access specifier? Private and then colon, then int roll number, char name, then public again colon, void it is a return type, get data it is a member function name and it takes the void argument, then again it is a void return type, show data is a function name, member function name and void are the arguments. And how we will come to know that class get terminated? So with the help of your opening bracket and closing curly bracket we will come to know that yes, class get terminated. Okay, thank you.